Zero Cool here again, back again with another video, and we're here in 2023 to talk about the farming nodes that you should be doing every day. There's a few on there that you should be doing every day. There's a couple that are just like, yeah, you can fit them in there. And then there's others that are just, hey, why the hell not? Because we obviously wouldn't have looked at those nodes before, but we might as well do it now. So here's the list up here that we're talking about of all the nodes that you should be farming right now. So go ahead and just go ahead and look through these, boom, 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 and we'll go through each really quick just to go ahead and knock down why you should be doing these nodes. And they're kind of, put in which ones are most important and then which ones are just kind of like, yeah, you could, you probably can't. And it's all over the place. Obviously, ISO 8 really isn't on here because it's just ISO 8. You just get gold and you just get the ISO 8 and you just need the ISOs for whatever character that you're building up at that time. So it kind of fluctuates all over the place. Here, these are nodes that you should be doing so that way you can get these characters because they'll benefit you all over the place. So these 10 nodes are the ones that you should be doing. Then there's some others that are just kind of like, well, they're here. So the top node right now, out of all of them that are out there, should be Heroes 4. It should be Heroes 4-6. The reason I say it is not because of Anti-Venom. If you don't have Anti-Venom already, or you're still trying to get them, you're still trying to push them up, then great. Beautiful node to do. However, the most important right there is the gold fragments. They do not give a lot of gold out here, and they're still kind of a little bit just tight on giving it to us. So you might as well just go ahead and farm the hell out of this node every day. This is the first node I go to every day just to make sure I get those 400 fragments. It's not a lot, but hey, 400 fragments a day out of what? 30 days out the month? You're going to get a few orbs. It's going to take a second. If you can just learn, go ahead, push it in there, boom, put it in there as hey, I just get up, bam, or I open the app. That's the one I got to go to every day just to make sure it's done. Second best one is in the Villain's Heart node. Now, obviously, heroes and villains, you got to go ahead and knock out those other nodes for heroes and villains with the old ones. But now they did release these, but they haven't released the chapters of 3 and 4. And for the time being, I would say the second most important node to farm is Cersei. Reason being is the Eternals are still a powerful duo in the game. There's no way to get around it. These guys just come in and just start wrecking nerds, so you might as well farm the hell out of it. You do get a little bit of gold out of it, some training mats, which is great, but you do get this right here, the spectral analysis. Now, if you're one of those lucky ones that did actually get the mess up on the orb for the mini uniques, you probably have a bunch of them. If you did it, this still gets you that mini unique, so you might as well go ahead and farm it. I would say that probably the second best node that will come around is going to be when they release these chapters, which is 4-6 on here for the training orb, which you get 400 fragments daily there. So you'll have to go ahead and put it into your daily routine of, look, I gotta farm this node, I should do it now. So make sure you do it. But until then, Cersei would probably be the best bet for the second one to get her as quickly as possible to 7, max her out. Obviously, red stars are a big help, but if you don't got them, at least you can get her to 7 stars. Now, there's 2 nodes in the Villain's Heart chapter that this could be up for debate, and you guys could go ahead and, just hit me in the comments and punch me in the throat if you think these are important or not. But Catalyst can definitely be a bottleneck out there, and you definitely want to go ahead and knock these out. So at least these 2 here, 1-1 and 1-6, they both give Catalyst here. So you got, the actual SBCs and then, some other ones for the SDCs, the damage Catalyst. And then you got these, I think it's ABCs again. I'm unsure, but they're augmented, so they're for teal gear. And teal gear, we don't get a lot of it. If you're doing massive raids, great, boom, you probably are. But you still can farm these nodes to make sure you get catalyst, because the amount of catalysts do double up, and they don't really scale in a certain amount. Scopely just throws a number on there that's just way, way bigger than the last gear tier. So we can expect that, hey, for gear tier 17, there's a lot. Gear tier 18, 19 are coming down the road at some point. So they're probably going to even put even more of these out there to make it. So if it's like 1,000 take, for one character, it'll probably be like 3,000 to do another tier. So you might as well just go ahead and stock up and get as many as you can before they bring out G18 and G19. Now back at the Heroes Hard campaign, I definitely got to say that Spider-Woman is a pretty good character. She's quick. She's got a just a massive amount of focus to go ahead and land that special on somebody, especially a Teal Gear Score Girl, a Teal Gear Dormammu, a Teal Gear freaking. You could probably do it on a Teal Gear Miro, but we don't really take Spider-Man against that. Well, Spider-Woman against them, so probably. But you could potentially. She has a lot of focus, and you can go ahead and hard mode farm her right now. So I would say this is probably one of the most important characters to get because she's fast, she's got a lot of focus, and she does a pretty good ability block there. So it can help you along the way when you're trying to take out certain characters. Because there are certain characters out there that have a lot of resistance, and she has a lot of focus that can overcome that. But you need her at higher levels and higher star levels to do so. So you might as well farm the hell out of that. Get some actual Teal Gear Catalyst, which is the damage one, well, the health one, and then some more training mats too. So I recommend going ahead and getting this one every day if you have it available. Now this one's kind of this note is a little bit down the list. Reason being is because it's Maddie. She's part of the Marauders. Marauders were kind of huge back when they first started popping out. Emma came out, bam, just go ahead and just knocked everybody out with it. But then they kind of fell off a little bit. And then Maddie, they put Maddie out to go ahead and replace Sabretooth because Sabretooth had to bounce. He went over to Weapon X. And Maddie's here who can wreck some nerds with her special, which is really ridiculous. So she still is a decent character. She's not low tier like Bullseye or, you know, some of the Kree minions or whatever. She still is kind of relevant and she still can do some massive damage. So you might as well go ahead, hard node farmer, put it in there, get her star leveled up, and then you can move on to other nodes if you don't already have her. But she's really good once you get her to the higher star levels and higher gear tiers. Plus you get extra gold, training mats, and that interesting mini unique up there. I don't want to, yeah, we shouldn't talk about that. So farmer, and then obviously the other one in the heroes chapter for 2 is boom, catalyst. Like I said, catalyst can be a big bottleneck, and finding them in the store and stuff like that sometimes nice, but the price is just ridiculous. So you might as well just farm it. You'll get the training match, you get the gold, you get some other stuff for it. So boom, just go ahead and knock that out. You get double the catalyst here, so instead of just SBCs or the damage when you get both. So knock it out. Now there's a lot of chapters in Doom, in the Doom chapter, and we were happy when we first got them, but now they've actually put in another chapter with a character that is still actually pretty damn good right now. He's a plug and play character. He's not on a team. He might be eventually, but right now he's just plug and play, and he's still freaking amazing. Silver Surfer. You might as well jump on this node, get some gold, get some decent little, you know, gear or whatever, and get some training mats. But Silver Surfer is still a freaking good character to plug and play with. He's got amazing piercing. He's got amazing focus to go ahead and land a dual ability block to go ahead and stop somebody from doing something. Especially like Doom, especially like Agatha, especially like Morgan. Maybe. Depends on how gear tiered she is and how many levels she's got. But he's still a fast character, and he gains speed with each turn up to a maximum part. So he does get a little bit faster, but man, does he hit like crazy. So knock out this node if you can every day. He's still relatively important. If you don't got too many characters and you can get to him and farm him, do so. He can take your team to the next level. He helps out all over the place, so his speed's all over because he gains speed every turn. So it kind of throws the turn order out of whack, which is great. So that way you could surprise your opponent with a massive ability block or a massive defense down with his special, or just transferring the negative effects right back to him with his basic. They got vulnerable, boom, it's going twice. So he's basically giving you the negative effects and then taking the positive effects away from if they got vulnerable, which is a cool little thing to do. And this note here for Heroes Hard One. Oh my god. I can't say this enough, but everybody needs a bigger Wong. And they finally put actually one of the Darkhold members in here, so you might as well just jump on it now and farm these shards for Wong. Wong is an amazing, just a brute. He really is. He is a massively good character. He's a beautiful tank. He just slaps back every time you're hitting one of the Darkhold members, so you might as well just throw him on the team. Boom, 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 boom. He's firing back, and then he just becomes a brick wall. You do get a few little extra gear pieces and some training mats, but the most important is to get Wong to 7 stars as quickly as possible, because he can be a definite tank especially when he taunts. When he taunts, he gets so much effects. He gets so much stuff to go ahead and do it. He gets barrier on there, so he's basically just a big pain from the Darkhold. So farm this node, do yourself a favor, and get a bigger Wong. Now, there's a lot of other nodes that you can go after, and I've tried to look over a few and kind of seen what I would do based on my roster. I have a wider roster than a taller, and I'm trying to focus it that way. But then again, you might just be starting off. You probably don't have access to Doom yet or the villain hard nodes, and you're still trying to push through all these other ones just to get it. So in the Mystic nodes, I would definitely say Kate Bishop and Lady Deathstrike, their nodes are pretty freaking important. Kate Bishop is still freaking just amazing with that massive blind and just attacking everybody. Lady Deathstrike is fast and she reduces turn meter, so both of these characters are still very relevant and still very good to the meta that we got. So I would definitely say hard node farm these guys right away, so that way you have them available to go ahead and knock out some teams. I would say Lady Deathstrike is a little bit more important than Kate Bishop because Lady Deathstrike, like I said, reduces turn meter and she's fast, so she can do a plug and play on other teams to help out. Kate is really just amazing with the Young Avengers and put on, more defense. But it is what it is. Another pair that's really actually decent is Psylocke and Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider gives off amazing bleeds. He just snaps off with 500% damage every time somebody gets killed on his team. So you might as well just go ahead and boom, 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 put him on there. If you team him up with Zim and Greg, well, Greg really wouldn't have anything with it. But Zim is not a non-summon character. So every time Zim gets killed, Ghost Rider snaps off. And if you got a big enough Ghost Rider, he is wrecking the enemy team whenever Zim dies, which you want to happen. So I would definitely say he is a very, very important character. He's still decent with the Dark Hunters, but he does give a lot of bleeds, which does, then again, assist Zim with his mind controlling for the enemy team. So definitely a decent character. And someone that was homeless, just homeless a long time ago, has been homeless for like ever. Psylocke is finally on a team with the Death Seed, and she is ridiculously cool because she can reduce turn meter, she gives massive damage, and she's not that slow, but she's pretty good on that Death Seed team. So farming her would definitely be a necessity now, mainly because she's part of the Death Seed team, which means she's part of the sagas to go ahead and get Apocalypse. So she is definitely a necessary one, but a lot of people do have her built up already, so if you didn't have her already built up, I'd say go after her. And then one of the last ones I thought I would never even recommend. However, I have to, because this guy right here is actually a decent character now. He was he was just pushed to the side for so long. He wasn't even a thought. You would not even think about bringing him into a raid, even a Doom raid. That was just, no. Now he's definitely one of the most important characters. So boom, check that out. The man himself, Vincent D. Kingpin. Jump on this node, farm him, get him to 7 stars. He is amazing in war. He's actually being used in Crucible, and you can use him in one of the Doom nodes for skill, which is basically the first node, Doom for the first skill node to help out and make sure they go ahead and get wrecked in that node. So I'm recommending getting some Kingpin. I never thought I'd say it, but yes, I'm recommending the Kingpin node. I think this game is going somewhere crazy. Last but not least, Magic. Uncanny has actually been pretty good in the game, but Magic came along and pushed them a little bit further. Cyclops and Storm get charges, so the more charges they get, the more damage they can do. Now, Magic pops off and gives them a bunch of charges, which means now they're going to hit hard as hell. You come out the gate with Storm with 20 charges off a node, oh my god, she's just wrecking the other team. Same thing with Cyclops, he's wrecking it. So the more charges they got, the more powerful they become, and you want that stun, that slow to hit from Storm on her ultimate. So Magic gives those charges. She gives them off in bunches. Boom, she's definitely a very, very good character to have. Her kit is, besides that, is semi-okay. Her ultimate's alright. Disrupted, great. But those charges is what makes Uncanny a very, very, very unstoppable force. So I would definitely say this node right here, 6-9, is a definite one you should jump on. Just to go ahead and beef up Magic, to beef up your Uncanny. Uncanny can still do some massive damage, and they can take out Black Order, which is not a small feat to do. So jump on node 6-9. Wow, didn't even notice the node. Wow, heroes 6-9. All right, so those are a lot of the nodes I think that should be important. I don't know if you guys feel the same. Just let me know in the comments or whatever which nodes you think are actually, you know, some good nodes to put out there so people should start farming stuff. I probably missed something. There's so many nodes out there right now. But let's put it out there for it. But if you like this video, if you like what I'm putting out there, go ahead and hit the like button at the bottom. Subscribe. Let me know what's up in the comments. You know, what I could do better, what I could do different. Or if you don't like this video, just hit the dislike button twice. You know, it's always better to do things twice, so you might as well just hit the dislike button twice. But till the next video, y'all, deuces.